Hello, everyone, and welcome to the player spotlight of Mr. Dan Vogel. Dan, pleasure to have you here in the booth with me. And how do you think you're playing right now?
I am playing very well. I feel
Are
I'm
you?
playing confident, and I'm going to see what happens tonight.
That's the dumbest question I usually ask everybody in the beginning. It's you have no idea how you're playing. So, again, this is the player spotlight of Dan Vogel. We've got a couple of questions that he previously answered, and we're going to have him talk about it. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Who is Dan Vogel?
Dan Vogel is just a cool guy. 65 years old, from Wisconsin Rapids. Been playing pool. I really got serious when I was in my 20s in pool, but then life happened, and 30 years, 35 years went by. And when I retired, I started playing again. So I've been playing seriously with this BCA stuff. I didn't even know what it was when I got back into it. And it took me a long time to even win a game until I learned how to play a little defense.
So let's go back real quick, and I'll put this back up there in just a second. So let's go back to what you had said before when you filled this out, that you took 30 years off. So you played for a couple of years and then took 30 years off.
Yeah.
So you didn't play at all. Is there
I
what was
played, games here and there, but nothing seriously. Until about 10 years ago, I joined leagues again, regular
Okay.
8-ball leagues, and then found out about the BCA and got involved with that. So I really kind of, once I retired, I just really buckled down and started to learn the game a little bit better.
So in those 30 years, I guess my question would be was it you got married, had
Oh, yeah.
kids, and that it was more important being
Yeah,
a dad, a
exactly.
father,
It
a
was.
husband than playing pool?
I got two great kids, a
Sure.
great wife, been married for 42 years, which is kind of unheard of nowadays. So just loving life right now.
And he was not paid to say that. So just so you know. I was is your wife going to be watching the match tonight?
Yeah, she'll
I
be
would hope so.
watching.
What's her name?
Mary Beth.
Mary Beth. All right. So let's get back to that graphic just a second. Favorite game is 8-ball. Any particular reason why, or that's what you've always played?
I don't like 9-ball because
You can
sh-
say
I
it, the
should-
luck factor.
it is, but the good players at 9-ball, I don't want to take anything away from them. It's and at our level, you'll see guys just let it rip, and something will go in, and that nothing pisses me off more than something like that.
Ride the 9.
But the 10-ball, I don't mind 10-ball. I don't play it a lot. In fact, I hardly played it at all until I joined this tournament here. Hardly ever played 10-ball.
I'd have to look back at your matches. Did you play 9-ball or 10-ball in any of the three previous?
Yeah, in the first match, I won all three sets. And then the second match,
And that was what, against Canham?
Canham, yeah.
Yep.
He's a great shot, too.
Mhm.
It's unfortunately we got tied up together in the first match because I think he probably would have been near the end here.
I'm sure he's going to be glad to hear that tonight.
Great player. And then, so the next match just went two matches, and then Jordan, we had the shootout. So
Sure.
But I was sweating pretty bad in that one when I was down 3-0 in 10-ball, and I there's no reason why I should be here today.
And it's so funny because that Chris and I Chris was commentating that night, and it was so much fun because it was the first shootout that we've had on the
Yeah.
stream, and it was so exciting. But you could see from here how nervous both of you guys were.
Oh yeah, it was
But
intense.
it's so understandable. So the last thing that you had on the graphic there was your favorite restaurant was your wife's cafe. Do you suck up much, Dan?
all the time. That's why I'm here. I get to go places.
Oh, that's fantastic.
She's a great cook, great woman.
So what got you to playing pool in the first time you said you played in your 20s, right?
Yeah, just back in the day, I grew up in the Auburndale area and went to school there. And a friend of mine's father had a bar, and we just started playing on the 9-foot tables and joined the league. Played intensely for 10 years, Then I got hired in the mill in Rapids and worked swing shift and night shift and weekends. So
Blah.
yeah, so
Yeah.
and then I just raised a family and it paid off. I mean, everything's good. I got a couple grandkids and two great in-laws. So it's all good in Dan's world.
I hope so. Well, I'm really glad to hear that, actually, Dan, because prior to this, we were just talking about you're 65, and what happened about 6 months ago?
Well, I had a heart attack in October, so
All right.
that was a wake-up call. But changed my diet, changed my habits a little bit, and everything's looking good now.
So was it one of the, and you don't have to talk about it in detail or anything, but is it something that you just all of a sudden out of nowhere that you never would have expected it to happen?
No, I got a pretty big family history of heart disease, but it's never going to happen to you.
Yeah.
But I did find some humor in it that night that I was getting transferred to the Wausau Hospital, and I shouldn't say this, but
No, you can't.
my ambulance driver had a lazy eye. And
Okay.
I thought, I'm going to die on the way to the hospital. She look. I'm buckled in the ambulance. Buckled in the ambulance, and I got a nurse on each side of me, hooking me up to all the machines, and the driver comes in and shuts the door. And she said, "Don't relax, Mr. Vogel. We'll have you in Wausau."
Yeah, relax. You're having a heart attack. Sure.
And she's talking to the two nurses on each side of me, with her eyes. So I thought that was kind of funny. The nurse did ask me why I was laughing. I just said, I got a sixth sense of humor. So
Yeah, and the worst part is probably, if they had to stick a needle in your heart or anything to get it back going again, is she going to hit one of your lungs instead of, that's, I get it.
But it worked out all good. So here to laugh about it.
So one of the questions, do you have a nickname?
I don't.
You don't? All right. We'll think of one for you on the stream tonight. Chris and I will come up with one. Play with Jacoby. So is there, obviously because you live in Wisconsin Rapids, Nakusa is right there, home of Jacoby and everything. Yeah. Is that the reason you're a Jacoby player, or are you a rep of the company?
I am not. I work part-time at his spot, pool hall. Just when Dave, our manager, is gone, he'll have me fill in for him. I'll fill orders, 10 bar, whatever it takes. And been there for about going on a year. So
okay,
not a sponsor. They did sponsor part
I think
of my
they should.
entry. They did sponsor some of my they do give me discounts on the shirts.
Oh, that's nice.
So it's cool, and they're comfortable shirts.
I talk to Brandon from time to time, so yeah, that's cool. So you had mentioned early married for a long time. How many kids do you have?
I have two kids, a son that lives in Wauwatosa and a daughter that lives in Fond du Lac.
And you said grandkids. How many are there?
Just two boys.
Okay.
Crazy fun boys.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah.
Your wife probably needs a hug.
She gets plenty of them from the kids.
No,
so.
that's good. So in preparation for tonight, is there anything that you like to do, whether it's mental or from the mental side of things, or?
Yeah, I actually developed a routine for this stuff. I get up in the morning. I did 40 miles this morning on the bicycle, and
40?
Yeah, 40 miles.
40 miles.
Yeah, I got up and then come back.
Wow.
And what else did I ate? Good. I made a nice healthy smoothie before I came here. So
Okay.
I got a good workout in, mowed the lawn after I got the bike ride done, and then just that workout. Just if I mess up on a shot, it used to bug me, And now
We're perfectionists.
Yeah, and then now I just go sit on the chair and hope I get another shot.
Yeah,
redeem myself. So
got to have a short memory in this game.
You
That's
do,
for
and
sure.
It took me a long time to get to that point. A very long time.
So, do you have a favorite moment out of the KO series? Was it the shootout, or is there something else that really stands out in your mind?
That shootout was something special because, like I said, I came down from 0-3, and he had a 3-game lead on me, and he had opportunities to go out.
Yeah.
And I want to say it sucks to be him, but I'm just happy as hell that that happened, and I got another shot every time that happened. I'm sitting in my chair, just give me one more shot, give me one more shot, and it paid off, and so no, that's one of my great moments in the knockout challenge. The only other highlight I have is winning the state championship, the ACS state championship on Oshkosh in 23. So, and that was a lower division, of course, but
Sure.
I went undefeated in that, so I felt pretty good about that.
So that gives you a little bit of confidence going into everything that's happened up to that point. You have that never give up mentality.
Yeah.
That I'm not out until I have to put my cues back in the case and go home. And as we had mentioned before, Chris and I we're sitting here watching him like he's coming back.
Yeah.
It lo and behold, here we are getting set up for a shootout.
I know. I had to go back and watch
expected that.
I had to go back and watch that once just to see how the hell I came back. How I was able to finish out that night.
Well, Dan, it has been very much a pleasure having you.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. And I like I said, I really appreciate all this stuff for us lower level players. It's just a great position to be in.
I enjoy the hell out of it, and that's the whole idea behind it, is to give something. It's always been my mentality. The stream allows you to go back and make your game better.
Yeah.
That's the reason for it. So
yeah.
I hope that's what's working. So a pleasure having you in the tournament. It's always fun to have a consummate gentleman when it comes to sportsmanship and everything else. We just love to see it, of course, on the stream. So
awesome.
Best of luck in the tournament, and maybe we'll see you again in the semifinals.
I hope so.
All right. Thanks,
All right.
Dan.
Thanks for all your detail.